Okay, Kathy, make sure you're counting because I might go over.
Oh, I won't let that happen.
Okay. Anyway, get your chair in place. I have not even put my shoes on yet, which is okay because I want you to check my positioning. And I was reminded of this yesterday. Oh, can't believe. Yeah, I just flew in yesterday. I fly back out today. We are going to do a poll. Yes, we're going to do some carries and we're going to do weights. Okay. And who knows, I may do some bands. So have your stuff. See, I have all my stuff here ready. So that's what I would encourage you is to really have a little area that you're ready to work. And then you can pick up whatever it is. So I'm putting on my gloves. I'm going to put on my shoes. I have to make sure I pick out the right color. That's very important. See here? So when you go to sit up to put on your shoes, this is part of my warm up. See this? What am I doing? And you can do it with me. I know you might have your shoes on, but I want to start warming up through the hip. See that? So when I come right here, after I hip hinge, so when I hip hinge, put your hands here. This one's especially for K. Put your hands on your legs here. And this is just warming up, getting ready to move. I'm going to push my butt back. I'm going to really lift the rib cage. But as I go down, see my hands right here? Look at my elbows. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to go as deep as I can. And I'm stretching all through the groin area, all through my shoulders. I'm opening right here. And so this is why right now, as you go into this move, you keep your chin tucked and you keep your shoulders down. Because as I go deeper right here, wow, does it open up that whole chest, upper back area. Then I'm going to grab my socks. Okay. I'm going to go like this. See this? Do that with me. See this? Just lean back, bring that leg up, pull that toe up and back, up and back. Now, as you lean in, acting like you're going to put your sock on, you keep your back extended. Because as you lean in and you keep your back extended, it opens up and stretches and activates this whole area. See this? Cross, up, back. See? Up, back. Then as you lean in, this is where everybody loses it, right here. See? As you lean in to put your sock on, you don't round that back. Not right now. We can do that like right here. We can go up and back. But you see, whenever I go up with my back's in flexion. My shoulders are coming to my ears. I drop the shoulders and then I go into a gentle hyperextension of the back. And then I round, push my upper shoulders back as I'm tightening in. And I go back. I don't do it fast, but I do it. And as you're doing that, you can do this whole thing while you're putting on your shoes, okay? It's just people don't look at it as a way of opening their whole mobility platforms. So see, as I come here, most people would just round up their back, lean in. You're putting a lot of pressure on the structures in your back, the vertebrae, when you round it up and you put pressure or load. See, when I do this, I'm not necessarily putting load. And right here, I round my shoulders. This should feel incredibly good. And then you pull back and down. Okay, and as you bend in, you hip hinge. See how I'm hip hinging? So I hope you're doing these moves, acting like you're gonna put your shoes on. That's what you wanna keep in mind. So I'm gonna tie my little shoe here. Then I'm not gonna go over here, I'm gonna come back up. See that? Then I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna rotate and pull back and touch. My palms are up, my shoulders are down. I'm breathing in through my nose and I'm really opening this whole shoulder girdle here, see? So as I bring it back around, I just pull back with my thumbs, pull back, turn, and try to touch my thumbs together. Now they're not going to touch, of course, because you've got your chair there. Your shoulders are down, your rib cage is up, and you're really opening through here, okay? All while I put my shoe on. So here this is. See, I'm going to put my foot in there. And when I go to tie those laces, this is where a lot of people get into trouble. You forget. And then when you go down, you you flex your back. So you don't want to flex your back when you're leaning in to tie your shoe. See that? So I hope if there's anything else that I can impress upon you about your movement patterning, it's this thing right here. And for a lot of people, they flex their back because they think it's easier to get down there because they don't want to open here and stretch through here and through here. That's exactly where I want you to stretch. See this? Take a big deep breath. Come down one more time. You act like you're going to tie your shoe here. You act like you're going to tie your shoe here. You come back up. When you come back up, it's hip hinging. It's shining your taillights right here. Your shoulders are down. You're going to go across here and pull and look over your shoulder. Then you're going to come neutral. You're going to come back up. You're going to come back down, do the same thing. You come down. You put your hand over here like you're going to tie your shoes. You look. You pull. You look over there. You come neutral. And then you come up. Then you take your hands and you act like you're going to lead a choir. Okay? So after you've done a lot of hip rotations, a lot of spine waking up, now you're going to take your hands and act like you're going to lead a choir. Okay? Big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose if possible. You come into here and don't jerk to a stand. Use your hands here. If you have pain in your knees, pain in your hips, pain in your back, a lot of times you jerk right past the structures that I'm wanting you to hit. So I'm going to come right here, and if I had pain in my hip and my knee, which I've had both, as I was facing hip replacement, knee replacement, you actually have to put your hands here and get yourself to neutral. See that? That's perfectly fine to do that. And then you come up, okay? You can do that. Now take it and come back down again. We're going to do a few of these sit to stands. So I'm going to come here. I see that my chair is right there. And I control my move to the chair. Then if I need to, I will use my hands here, which I've had to for a lot as I was facing those challenges with hips and knees. But if you can come into here, don't jerk past this move now. There's a crucial few inches. As you're coming up, your tummy's tight, you breathe in, and then as you exhale, you push into your heels and you come up, okay? Take a big breath, shoulders are down, release, hip hinge, yeah, a couple times, and come right to here and come right down. So this is part of the warm up for strength work, especially with the hips. And we worked with the hips the other day. Those of you who are with me, yeah, I'm kind of helping my head to get out of my current zone and into a different zone. So this is all helpful. Now, once I'm here, I'm going to do one of the most important things that you can possibly do for balance. one-legged maneuvers and do it in front of the chair. I just am coming out here so you see what I'm doing. See, do it in front of a chair in case you need to sit down quick. That's okay. All right. But I'm gonna go like this. Do you see what I've just done? Shoulders are down, tight. Knee is soft. Do not lock your knee here. And then go tap. Okay. My hands are right here. I'm gonna go tap, and I take all the load. And I try to go from 1 or 2 seconds to 3 or 4 seconds. You get the idea. To 5 or 6 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop in, shift. See, I'm going to shift. See that? So I'm doing a one-legged standing. We're going to do a lot of one-legged issues today, but we are going to do strength work. And so right now we're already doing strength work, because to just stand on your feet, incredible amount of awareness, muscles all working together, brain. So shift, see that? Knee is soft. Straighten up. Some of you are bending way over. Don't bend over. If you need to do this in front of the chair, do it with a pole, okay? In fact, I'm going to pick this pole up because this is my hip replace side. So why am I going to pick that up? Because I know that I will overlean if I don't. I want to stay upright. I want to stay rib cage up. I'm shifting into a soft knee. Then I say rib cage up, and I force that little one-legged couple of seconds, and I use this to keep me from overleaning, because this is how I would normally do it. See, I would overlean because it would make my stronger muscles come into play instead of working with those weaker muscles. So that's why when you have replaced joints, inherently you are going to be having to fight for strength around that joint. And that's what I'm doing here. So look at your foot. It doesn't need to be turned funny. Your knee needs to be soft, but then say rib cage up, and then you hold it 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. And then you plant the foot, come to neutral. Now we're going to hold it for 5 or 6 seconds. I'm going to use my pole. You can use a wall, a chair. Say rib cage up, shift, get ready. Bring that leg up. It's all on this one. And you're going to try to go for like 5 or 6 seconds. Okay. I'm hanging out here. I'm trying to use this pole less and less and less. Breath, breath, breath. Put it down. Okay. So I'm telling you, I'm going on record. You want to have better balance? Get to where you can really work with one-legged stances. And we're going to do a lot of them today, and we're going to do them with weight. Now, that said, now shift. See, I'm going to be in my little, even though this is my knee replace side, whenever I shift into here, I know that I'm going to overlean. I want to keep my rib cage up. I want to bring that leg up. Okay. Then once I get on there and I'm not overleaning, then I will release that pole, and I will try to maintain a good balance on this challenge leg for longer and longer. And even if it's 1 or 2 seconds, that's okay. That's longer than you did before, right? Okay. So we're going to do different tasks around this whole single leg stance. We're going to do some actual work. Okay. We're going to work around. And if you can maintain your balance on that single leg standing sequence, you have just helped yourself more than you can ever know with better balance. Okay. So you can't just work on your core. That's important. There's a place for that. But if you're not challenging yourself with these little tasks, see, it can be as simple as this. See, I'm going to keep this. This is my challenge leg. I'm gonna try to bring this up without leaning by itself. See there? Yeah, but I'm really thinking about it, and then I come down, okay? Then I could have put this here and got back up there. So just be aware that if you have joints replaced, many times we cheat and it doesn't help us to do that, okay? And as every little, really good little slug knows, it doesn't help you to do that, but you think you're getting away with it. You're not. Okay. Anyway, here's my pole. I got my chair. I'm going to start now with my strength work. And I'm going to go backwards and I'm going to do some of the very things that we just now did with my 2 jugs. So I'm going to start with carries. Then I'm going to go to my free weights. Then I'll come back into who knows what. Okay. There's a plan somewhere. There is a plan. Okay. My daughter's coming to say bye. This is my IT person. I don't know if you can see my head there. Somebody told me we looked alike, and I said, don't tell her. Okay. Bye. Drive safe. Okay, she's taking off. Oh, okay, here we go. So I'm right here in front of my chair. Do you remember this? Yes, it's part of our warm-up. Now we're starting to make it part of our loading. So I'm going to go down. Now, even though I'm doing this without using my hands, if you are somebody that is struggling with a number of things, plantar fasciitis being one of them, you can't load excessively on that foot. So I'm telling you, you're getting permission to do this. See this? Then I come, or back, or a hip, or a knee. You help yourself into neutral. Then you come back down and help yourself down. This is acceptable modification. You know what's not acceptable modification? This is not acceptable modification. That kind of a thing, okay? Or going down and coming here and just plopping. That's not acceptable. I want you to be in control of your muscles when you're doing a sit to stand. Let's do it again. Sit to stand. Take a breath through your nose. The minute you start to breathe through your nose, by virtue of that, you are starting to do more diaphragmic type breathing. There she goes. She's driving her dad's car. Oh man. Whew. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Don't jerk. Push into the heels. Drop your shoulders. Breath and exhale as you come up. Make those muscles work in concert. Now, once you come up, we're going to revisit some of the very little crumbs in the chain that I brought you to this point in the class. We're going to shift. I'm going to my toe on my challenge side, and then I'm coming up just for a quick second or two. Then I'm shifting right here, bend the knee, breath through the nose, bring it to the toe. If you can release your toe for just even a second, do that. And I know there's some people out here in this class right now that have multiple joints replaced. Okay. It's a whole different world, but those muscles around the joint is what I'm trying to help you with. Okay. And help myself with. Take a big breath, drop your shoulders, shift. See how I'm doing the little shifting? See the hip hinging, the butt's pushing back, rib cage is up, shoulders are down, right? Okay, knee is soft. I'm going to bring the toe up and not lean. See? And I'm hanging on. So I'm combining some of these single leg stances with a sit to stand. Multiple sits to stand, but they're going to take on different complexities. And again, modification for a carry in a sit to stand would be use your hands to keep your position, go to the neutral position, grab the weight, and come up. Now, of course, if you can hang on the whole way down and have good control, we'll do that. So I'm going to bring these weights right here, and I'm going to go right into my sit. Then I'm going to come into a stand. And here's what you're trying not to do. Don't hold your breath and do not jerk. Coming off the chair or coming into the chair. Okay. These are some of the most practical, functional maneuvers that I can take you through. Is a sit to stand with a carry. Okay. This is 10 pounds. This is 10 pounds. Get any jug, gallon jug of anything, fill it full of water or whatever you would like. There's a joke there somewhere. I think Kathy got it. Okay, drop your shoulders. I think AJ got it. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay, do not lead with your chin. You're hip hinging. You're taking a breath through the nose. You're exhaling and you're coming up. So now, right now, I want you to squeeze your butt just like somebody was coming at you with a shot. Yes. Too many of us go for our walks. We show up around our house and we never turn on the gluteal muscles. This move, come on down, shift into the heels. Now you're sitting. Now, as soon as you start coming up, take a breath, hip hinge, come up. Now squeeze the butt. Yes. Take a big deep breath. Now we're going to shift. And now we're going to bring the knee forward. So we're doing work while we're doing these single leg stances. Now, you got something in your hand, hopefully. If you start to lose your balance, you got to put that foot down or drop your hand, whatever is in your hand. Okay? So, shift. Now I'm in my challenge leg, but I'm going to come forward. I'm going to try not to overbend. So what do I got to do? Right, hip hinge and knee soft, almost bent. Then I'm going to bring the knee up and I'm going to try to maintain here. Big breath through the nose. Whoop, there I go. See that? So those are the tasks that I want to give you to keep working with, because if you have a load, I have 20 pounds here, then I'm making my whole body frame maneuver while I do a single leg stance. So there's lots of ways to do work. This is one way. Loading, okay? I'm shifting. Here I go. I'm going to bring that knee up as far as I feel I can, but when I bring the knee up, what am I doing with my challenge leg? I'm bending, bending, bending. I've caught myself. I'm going to hang in there. Take a big breath, take a big breath, take a big breath, take a big breath. Keep that knee soft, and then come in and go right back down. Okay? Oh, yes. Big breath. Now, we're going to go right to the upper body. So I'm scooting myself to the end of the chair. See that? The other way that I would have modified this for somebody who, let's say, had a recent hip replaced. Okay? I think about Mary. I don't know if she's on today. Mary Martin. I would have put, for her, if I was working with her, I would have put one of my discs here, one of these, in my kitchen chair. I would have raised her 2 inches. So anytime that you're going through an issue, maybe you did too much, maybe you stepped off a curb wrong, whatever, give yourself a little benefit of the doubt. If you want to work through this, That is acceptable modification. Raise your platform a bit, okay? So big breath, step out. See how I stepped out? Now I drop my shoulders. That's number one, okay? This is going to be body weight. And I'm going to and I'm doing this technique for my fun-sized people. You know who you are, okay? There's a few others out there. Okay, drop your shoulders. If you have very long arms, this becomes easier, but it still should be a load, okay? Your elbows are bent. My purpose is to not screw up my shoulder by going too deep and wrenching it this way. No, we don't need to do that. All we need to do to get great load up through here, which is very important for people with osteoporosis, is step out so you don't hurt your knee, and so that you can inch your butt off the chair. As you inch your butt off the chair, you're putting your weight into your hands, and so you don't have to go more than an inch or two, if even that. See what I'm doing? So I'm not going very far. I'm bending my elbow maybe an inch, not more than that. If I got everybody out there today, if I signed you up on a program that you had promised that you were going to do this move right here and do it properly, and you were going to do it, let's say 2 sets of 10, pretty much every other day. I'll give you a day off once in a while. See? So that means 3 days a week. See what I'm doing? It's 1 inch. It's a tiny little bend in the elbow. My shoulders are down. Yeah. Breath. You're going to be working. Breath. Through the nose. Okay, I've got about 2 more. Okay, I got 1 more. And sit back on the chair. The key is get your butt back up on your chair before you totally are fatigued and you can't. Because at that point, you're going to hit the floor. And I don't want you to do that necessarily. Okay. Yeah. So now take your hands like this. Okay. Just like this. Open, open, open. Close, close, close. We're recovering. We're going to take 1 hand back. See that? Take a big breath. Now open wide with your legs. We're going to do multi-work here. See, I'm going back like this. Then I'm going to come up. Then I'm going to come back down and go back. See this? So the elbow goes back, the hand goes forward. So you come right here. You're turning just a little bit from the belly button up. You're keeping your chin tucked. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Yes. Take a breath. Here we go. Okay, you ready now? We're going to come right here to neutral. We're going to hip hinge. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your chin tucked. Take a big breath. Don't jerk. Don't jerk on me. If you're going to jerk, you got to put your one or both hands down to help you out off of that very hard lift. And there's about a space of 2 inches. That's crucial. So here I am. Use your hands if you need to. Drop your shoulders. Heels, hip hinge. Big breath. Exhale. Boom. Right there. See that? Now come to neutral. You're going to come back down. Shift. Bring that elbow back. Okay, you're pushing forward. You're pushing back with the elbow. Keep your chin tucked. Rib cage up. Here we go. Bring it back to neutral. Hip hinge. Heels. Big breath. Exhale. Boom. Boom. Back and forth. And if I were with you right now, when you brought your elbow back, I would say, hit me. See? I don't want to be doing this out here. I want to go back, 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 back. Don't be leaning forward. See this? My ears are over my shoulder is over my hips. Some of us are doing this. I am not doing that. Bring yourself back in line. Ears, shoulders, hips. Boom, boom. Knees are soft. 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 Breath, breath, breath. Now we're going to go down. Sit. Grab your carries, whatever it is. It could be a can. It could be your weights. It could be 2 jugs that you fill with water. Okay, drop your shoulders, grab them. Big breath. Go to your heels. Press and come up. This move that I just did with you is so important to your functioning as an independent person. That's why I'm hammering it. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this in here and I'm going to come down and come down. Okay, so now I've got my carries right here in the middle. I'm going to go to the heels, drop my shoulders, breath and breath. Bring your knee forward as you shift. You bring it up. Don't bring it up too high. If you're a little wonky, see what happens a lot of times, people think they can't do this and then they quit doing it because it's uncomfortable, because I had you shift as you're holding your load. And you saw me bring my knee up, but some of you did this. You went way up here and then you went, oh, I can't do this. Don't go up that high. I want you to be stable, okay? As you are shifting, put your toe down. Sneak your knee up. Keep your other knee soft, bent a little bit. See there? See how I'm holding? I'm really working to stay on balance here. Open your toes. Some of you have curled your toes. Why do I know this? Take a big breath, drop your shoulders. Shift. Okay, this is my challenge leg. Okay, so I'm going to bring this leg in, and I'm going to keep my toe down as a kickstand. I'm going to get my bearings, drop your shoulders. Big breath, couple of big breaths through the nose. Okay, soft knee. I'm going to release that toe and try my best not to overlean. I'm going to hang out here for as many seconds as I possibly can. Every once in a while, I might have to get myself back on track with a little toe touch. Take a breath. Take a breath. I'm going a little too far. I'm going to do it one more time. Here we go. Up, up, up. Hold. Try not to overlean. Try not to overlean. Uncurl your toes. Uncurl your toes. Big breath, big breath. Big breath, big breath. Put your foot down. Put your foot down when you want to put it down. Okay? That's a big difference. Okay, these were my carries. Now I'm going to put my carries down. I'm hip hinging. I'm putting them on the floor. Coming back. I just saw a little ball here on the ground. We'll do juggling at some point again. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and come over here. And I'm going to pick up a little heavier weight than what I had in my carries. I had a 10 and a 10. Those of you who have weights for me, you have incremental weights every 3 pounds. So what you need to do is pick up something a tiny bit heavier. I'm going to pick up a 12 and a 12. Okay. So I'm taking the time to explain how much weight I'm picking up because I want Nancy to be clear at what weight I'm using. Nancy, this is a 12 and this is a 12. So what I want you to do is pick up something that's a little challenging for your arms. That's all. Yeah, we're going to do some pulls. We're going to do some single leg stances while we do these work. But it should be challenging. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to sit back just a tiny bit. I'm gonna start with a hammer curl. I'm just gonna come right here. See that? And I'm gonna do it without jerking, slinging, or swinging. Yeah. Big breath. So I'm gonna pull. Now, if I were with you right now, and I did this hammer curl, this is a very functional move. Drop your shoulders. You're acting like you're in a high hip hinge. That's your stance. I would look at your elbow if I were with you. Why? Because the minute somebody comes up like this and they do compromising, they invariably, especially if they picked up a challenging weight, they will come up like this, but I'll see them throw their elbow. So if you're throwing your elbow, maybe you picked up too heavy a weight, or maybe you're just being a slug and doing a little cheater move. Whichever reason. Keep your elbows in. That's what I want to impress upon you. So see, I'm right down here, and I'm just going to go pull, pull. See this? So this is a hammer curl, which is working on your bicep. It's working on your forearms. It's working on your grip because you have to hang on to this. And it's working on the front part of your deltoids. I know it. It's very doable. But you have to do enough of this type of a work at a lower level. You have to do a few more repetitions because I do want that muscle in the front to feel like it's doing something. And usually that doesn't happen until a few more repetitions to this muscle, because this muscle can take a lot. Okay, I got a couple more. Big breath in through the nose. Keep a hip hinge. Keep your rib cage up. But most importantly, keep those elbows in. Breath. Just a few more. Just a few more. You can do them. I'm doing them. Here we go. Okay, now hold them right here. Okay, and let's go. 1, 2. Keep your elbows in. Breath. 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 Keep your elbows in. Keep your elbows in. You're going to want to throw it. Don't do it. I just got a few more. Breath. Breath and bring it down. Yeah, don't put them down yet. So I'm going to go ahead and hip hinge. I'm going to put the weights down. I'm going to come back down and get them. Okay. So right now I'm going to do a little split stance. All right. So I'm right there. Yes. Shift. Yes. My chair is right here. So I know that if I bring my heel up in the back, see this? I'm going to just tap it. Yeah. This is a form of single leg standing. Okay. But it's in a split stance. So I'm going to shift. I'm going to keep my shoulders down, my chin tucked, rib cage up. Big breath through the nose. Now put all the weight here and just tap the back of that leg, that heel on your chair. See, just hang out there for a bit. And if you cheat on this one, so here's the deal. Some of you really need to hear this. Anytime we do this kind of a thing, single leg stances, always a safety first. Maybe you're in a situation where you can put your hand on a bed, a counter, a wall. If you're not, always have, whenever I'm going to go into single leg stances, always have your little pole. This is just the end of a mop that I put duct tape on. Okay. So single leg stance. See? And I can go right here, stay upright, breath in through the nose, and I'm gonna shift, stay straight on, big press here, boom. Now squeeze that butt. See that? Boom, squeeze the butt. Right there. And press. Use this to help you have safety in this move. Now, if you don't need to use it, fine. Keep it right here. See this? Just don't have it on the floor if you want to really challenge. But you're safe because I can put it right there if I need it. See? You will do this, believe it or not, before you'll get your balance with your leg. So now I'm working you into a single leg stance because we're going to do some single leg lifting. So let's do one more set of about six with this leg. So I let you rest just now. I hope you noticed that, Kathy. Okay. Oh my gosh. Drop your shoulders. Okay. Press. See, I'm fully loaded here. I got this here if I need it. Now I'm going to come up and I'm going to go tap right there. See, my knee is soft and I'm just doing little taps and I'm hanging out here. And then I come down and then I go back. I want to get really good at this kind of a maneuvering. See this? So my back extensors are working like crazy. My core is working like crazy. I'm in a good body position to make my gluteals, especially my big hip movers, to load on this side and to fire on both sides. Okay, then I'm going to step back. So this should be, woo, then you turn out. See like that? It totally releases. Everything's feeling good. Right there. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. I am looking around here on my phone, so I know what time I'm at. Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay, we're doing good. All right. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm systematically taking you through single leg stances in different positions, working by loading. I'm not doing a lot of cross body movement because I want to load. So here I am, back here again, right in front of my chair. That's number one. My weights are here. I have my pole if I need it. Maybe I don't need it, fine. Then hold it just here so that it's not on the ground. But then if you need it, put it down, okay? So now I'm gonna step forward. So if you wanna do some single leg work, all that is really required to start it is step forward. See that? Once you've stepped forward, many people, especially people with back issues, while they're ambulating, they'll step forward, but their whole upper body is already out there. You know why? Because they're doing this. We don't want to do that when we're ambulating, do we? So if you don't want to do that, get really good with strengthening down here and your back by working through some of these moves that I'm doing with you right now. So I'm going to step forward, but where's my ear? Where's my shoulder? In line with my hip. They're not out over my toe. That's the point. Okay, drop your shoulders, big breath, through the nose, fill up the diaphragm. Use this as I'm going to use this on this side because I don't want to overlean. And now I'm going to put all the weight here. And I'm going to just do that little tap. See that little tap? Then I'm going to notice, okay, am I using this pole too much? Okay, it's fine if you need to use it. I would rather you do that with your shoulder down than over lean, okay? because this is helping me keep straight, and I'm little by little putting more and more pressure in my hip replaced side, which is what I gotta keep doing. Breath, drop your shoulders. See how I'm just staying in that single leg stance? Yeah, and as you're tapping with your heel and back, do not turn that toe. No, don't do it. That means you're rotating through your hip and you're not hitting the gluteal in the back. So that's why that's important. Keep this knee bent. Try to put as much as you can on this leg. Breath, 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 breath through the nose, breath through the nose, breath through the nose, and come back. And come back in. You got it? Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to put my pole down there, but I might need it again, right? I have two 12-pound weights here. Okay. I'm going to do the next maneuvers with these two big weights. Then I'm going to do one more change of weight because we're facing the clock here. And I'm going to go really heavy. So be ready. You don't have to. You can use these the whole time. That's fine. You can do nothing, no weights, and just go through the moves and you'll be better off. You'll be better off than if you sat there watching us do this. I know what you do. I know what you do. I can hear Kathy saying, you don't know everything I'm doing. Okay. She's counting. Look at here. Now I'm managing 24 pounds right down through my spine. Okay. When I did that step out, I didn't release the foot. I just did a split stance. But as I stepped out, I watched what I was doing with my spine. See that? Now we bend the back knee. We bend the back knee. Our knee goes out in front a little. That's fine because I'm trying to hit those muscles. But say rib cage up as you drop. You're in a single leg stance. It is challenging for your balance, but it's very doable. Okay. Now we're going to pull some of the shoulder in. Here we go. We're going to bring it up. Down and around. See that? So now I'm down. I'm going to go down with the knee. Now I'm going to come up, bring my shoulders up, push them back, pull those shoulder blades back. Now put them down. See that? Here we go. Drop, pull to the ears, push to the back, down. Do it 2 more times. Here we go. All the way down as far as we can. Now pull. Pull the shoulders. Here we go. Push down. Come down. Down, down, down. Pull. Push. Down. Step in. Okay? Take a big breath. Now, if you're holding a heavy weight right now, don't grip it. Right now is when you let it hang off your fingers. And you just roll the fingers into the palm. See that? And if you get too crampy in your hands, you put those weights down and you give them a shake and you pull. This is also what you need to do when you're doing yard work. I have some master gardeners in here, Chrissy, and you need to take hand breaks. You're gripping, you're pulling. Stop once in a while and do this, and do this, and do this, and do this. Then open wide, shake them out. Your hands will thank you. Your forearms will thank you. Your wrists will thank you. Okay. Now I'm going to step back. Okay. I'm going to keep the other leg forward and I'm going to step back with the other leg. Okay. I forgot which leg was which there. I was there. Now I'm here. Sorry. Okay. Do the opposite leg. I know. If you forgot, well, we have to do a whole different class on that. Okay. So here I am. I'm going to bend the back knee. I'm going to come back up. See that? I'm going to bend the back knee. I'm gonna come back up. I'm gonna say rib cage up. I'm gonna breathe through that nose, drop my shoulders, come down, come back up. See that? Now, I wanted to get you to do it so you're in your good pathways. I would not suggest that you go down and pick up both of your weights like this yet, unless you think you can. So I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna grab my weights, then I'm gonna step back and go right into my stance. See that? So I'm gonna come down. My knee's gonna go out a little bit in the front over the toe. That's perfectly fine, acceptable. That's what you want. Take a big breath, drop, but don't drop your shoulders, okay? So here I go. I'm gonna go down with the knee. As I come up, I'm gonna bring those shoulders up. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go down. Take the knee down. Pull the shoulders back. Put the heel down and go down. 2 more times, just 2 more times. Stay with me, you guys. You're doing really good. Stay with me. I know. Here we go. Breath in through the nose. Pull up with the shoulders, up with the knee. Push back. Put the heel down. Drop your shoulders down. Here we go. Down in the back knee. Now pull. Bring those shoulders up. Push back. Down. And take a big deep breath. Bring that leg back. Then I'm going to quickly go over here. Put my weight in. Then I'm going to go up pretty heavy. So I'm going to act like in this carry that I'm Nancy going on a trip. Nancy, you have to laugh every day. You have to. Okay, see this? See this? See this? I'm carrying 2 18-pound loads. So if I'm doing anything else in a day, let's say, and I haven't done anything for a while, I'm going to start with a lightweight, and I'm just going to walk around the house with either my weight vest. I'm going to go up and down my stairs with my weight vest. I wouldn't suggest you do it with weights in your hands, but I'm going to walk around with some heavy weights. I'm going to pretend I'm Nancy on a trip and she's got her suitcases. And then I can say, Nancy, I told you to take that last pair of shoes out. You just need 8 pair of shoes, not 10. Breath. You have to laugh. See here? See here? And I hesitate because I'm trying to line myself up. And I'm just ambulating. Yes. Then I'm going to go into a fold. I'm going to put my suitcases down. I'm going to open my hands. See that? I'm going to pull them back. I'm going to go across, across, across. Keep your shoulders down. Take a big deep breath. Go fully across, fully across, fully across. Stay under the collarbone. Big breath. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to grab those weights, push into my heels, bring them up. Okay? Take a big breath. Then I'm going to walk them over and I'm going to set them down. Right there. Okay? And I'm going to shake out my hands again. I'm going to bring my hand over and grab my ear. Do not tilt your head. It's amazing. There's whole research is done on head tilters. So many times if I got a head tilter that I'm going to work with, for instance, I'll just have them reach up over and touch their head. And if they do this, I know I got a head tilter. What does that imply? Well, it implies a lot of things, but one of the things it implies is you got shoulder issues. You're not as flexible in your shoulders as you'd like to be. Now take your hands like this, okay? And just bring one hand up as far as you can. And bring the other hand over and grab. Okay, see if you can touch. Then bring them back, bring this one up, and this one over. And this one is much harder for me to actually get far in. That's a good test of maybe your shoulders are not working quite right. Maybe a little inflexible, maybe a little weak. But anyway, we tried to address a lot of that today's class. And I wanted to do a lot of single leg maneuvers with our weights. Anyway, you guys helped me a lot today joining in. And I hope to help you. One of the best reasons to exercise is it helps you refocus. And sometimes you definitely have to refocus. Okay, I'm going to stop and stop.